Hello YouTube, this is Fire and let's say you're computing, blah blah blah, and you forget your administrator password, or even you don't have administrator access to the computer you're trying to use. Now, I do not recommend using this on anything you don't own, as you can get into legal issues, as it is illegal to break into somebody's computer, as far as I know. Or at least it's against the rules in that area, probably. But let's say that you forget your password, so you can't log in, or you can't log into your administrator's account. This is what you can do. There are two ways I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. One with a rooted phone, and one just on the computer. I recommend the rooted phone because it works faster, and you can download multiple ISOs onto your phone depending on how much space you have. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the phone first. If you want to know about the desktop way to do it without a phone that's rooted, just wait and I will get to that. For now, look at the phone. Alright, so let's look at the phone here. This is a, one second, let me get rid of that. So let me just set this here and get situated here so you guys, let me turn off the lights so you guys can see this better. So, as you see here, this is my phone with a nice Rick and Morty background. Just turn the exposure down there. So, this is my Nexus 6P running pure Nexus, and it's rooted. And I need to fix some things from that theme, but that's beside the point. All you need to do right now, if you have a rooted phone, you probably know the gist of how to use one. So, download this app called DriveDroid. Make sure it's supported on your phone. Sometimes it may not be. I'm using the Nexus 6P. But yeah, so all we're going to really care about is Kali, because personally I like to use Kali because I'm familiar with it, and I kind of like how it looks. I like the way it works, and it has a lot of things that is useful in it for somebody like me. But anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to go here, you're going to download the image, you're going to look for Kali Linux, or Kali, however you pronounce it, and download whatever is best for your PC. So I'm going to go back there since I already have it downloaded. And it's pretty fast on the phone. I don't know why, but on desktop, it seems to be phenomenally slower. It'll take like half an hour. This thing can take 10 minutes. That's how much faster it is. But anyway, what we're going to do is, I like to use my C port, because I have a C port on my PC. And the Nexus 6P takes a C port. Let me turn the light so I can work here. Okay. This is a C port. Yeah, I don't know why I'm showing you guys that. It doesn't really pertain to this. Let me set down this phone here quickly and plug it in. So, I mean, right now we don't need this PC on, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. My PC is now shutting down. And we are just about ready to do this. As soon as my PC shuts down here. Okay. And it's fully off. Now, we're going to tell it to boot this guy. So we're going to click it. I'm going to host it. I'm going to do a writable. I don't know exactly how that affects it because I haven't seen many. I don't know if it saves it exactly like a persistent USB does. I'm not too sure. But there you go. Now, if you don't know how to use Linux, I recommend going out and finding out how. Watch some YouTube videos, watch how Linux was made and the history of Linux, and you'll understand it a little bit more. But this is more oriented to people who know how to use it, but I'm going to be doing a step-by-step, which is pretty self-explanatory, so you guys can do this with, I guess you could go minimal knowledge of Linux. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to cut right here because the rest of the process is the same. But I'm going to show you guys how to set up a working Kali Live Linux USB on your desktop here. Okay, so this is how you do it if you don't have a rooted phone. I'm going to show you quickly. Now, what you first want to do, go here, go search Kali Linux, enter, and here you go. This is what you want, kali.org. Make sure it's HTTPS. It should be the first thing that comes up. I'm showing you how to use Kali Linux, or I'm just showing you the operating system that I'm going to be using in, or the Linux distro to be more precise, that I use because I like it. I like Kali Linux. It's awesome. So what you want to do is go down here to download Kali Linux, or Kali, however you pronounce it. I'm going to do the 64-bit, and you're going to click that, and it's going to download. But like I said when I was talking about the phone, how to do it on the phone, for some reason this takes forever. It could take up to half an hour depending on your internet. But for some reason on the phone, it might get it from a different repository because it seems faster. So I downloaded it on my phone and I put it on a USB drive. And I'm gonna plug that USB drive in right now and continue without scanning. So here we go. These are actually, I remember this. This is actually a virus or joke program that I made a while back. I'm not gonna execute that. If you want me to, leave a like and tell me down in the comments, and I'll tell you about the viruses that I made back in the day. Like, not harmful, they were more just joke programs that mess around with people. And it was just for fun. I did it with my friends. Anyway, here we go. This is the thing. It's gonna be, the thing you're gonna download is called an ISO. It's gonna be right here. Next thing you want to get is Lily. It's called Lily. But what you're going to want to search is Live Linux USB. Just search that. It should be the first thing that comes up. Linux Live USB Creator. This looks a little weird actually, but I'll go to download. Here we go, and then click here, and it'll download right here. Take a few seconds, not even that long. I'm going to cancel because I already have it downloaded and installed. Here it is. You're going to need admin permission actually technically to run it. So you might want to do this on a different PC. Keep that in mind. What you're going to want to do is plug in a USB that you are fine with overwriting and completely erasing. I'm about to do that right now. Here it is. This is actually a Windows boot drive that I worked on earlier. The reason I'm telling you to download the ISO manually and not download it through here is because for some reason the links for here are down and they're not working. So when you have that ISO downloaded, select the USB you're going to use. I believe it is. Isn't that? One second, I'm just going to go here and make sure. This is it. But I'm going to. Second. Can I do it from within? It's going to format it really fast. I'm going to name it Kali. I'm going to do it in exFAT. It doesn't really matter. But, because I'll show you here in a minute. Do a quick format because it doesn't really matter. So now that USB drive is clean, let's refresh in here. Here, now you can see it here. Here we go. Kali exFAT 14 gigs. Now that you have that all set up, you go down to step 2, click ISO, and because I have mine on here, it's Kali Linux right here. I think I brought it over to, no I did not. But anyway, you select the ISO wherever you downloaded it to, press open, and it's gonna scan it. And we'll wait till that's done here. Okay, so it's going to tell you the list Linux is not on the compatibility list. However, Linux will try to use the same install for Kali Linux 2.0. That's correct. It doesn't have to be correct, but it should work anyway. So, ignore step 3. We're going to press format the key in FAT32, and we're not going to click this. So make sure this is unclicked right here, this bottom one, because it'll just take longer. But so when you're ready, press this. Actually, I'm going to press cancel and press options here, just to say something. Hey, never mind. Don't mess with options. We just press this lightning bolt when they're all done. Press OK, and it's going to say, it's going to be watch down here. It's going to say do not click it multiple times, but just wait till this is done. It'll tell you when it's done, and it should launch the web page. It should open up your Chrome and bring you to Lily's website. Not a big deal. Just it's a good way to know that it's done. So we're gonna watch this here. It might take a little bit. I have an i7 6700K, so and an RX 40, so this might take not too long. But you know, you never know. Especially on your computer, you never know. You know, unless you've done it before. So it might take a while. Anyway, let's wait for that to finish. Okay, as you saw that, the it opened up the web page and it says your Linux live key is now up and ready. So now you can exit out of that, and if you go to your Windows drives here, you can see it says My Linux. It has. I'm pretty sure they're all going to be hidden. 1 second. Folder options. Yeah, I don't know why it's empty, but it should essentially work because yeah. I think it's because you selected the hide keys, but I should still be able to see them. But I don't know. Anyway, now what you need to do is going to reboot, and I'm going to continue it from. I'm going to cut into the next part of the video, which is me recording using my phone, but it's the same process. I'm just going to have boot it from my phone. It's the same process. You still select the Linux, live Linux on your boot options, and you should know how to do this. If you don't, I don't recommend you doing it, but yeah. I'm going to restart here. So what we're going to do, since that is being hosted on this USB and going in USB line here, going into my PC, we're going to boot it. Now get ready to hit that F12 button or whatever button is dedicated on your machine to boot into. Whoops, I actually need to. 1 second, I fucked this up. I'm going to keep hitting here. Okay, now I assume it's booted in. I forgot that I have my Elgato plugged in here, so I'm going to quickly unplug that and plug that into my GPU. There, okay, it's plugged in. Sorry about that. Look at that cable management. It's quite god-awful. Alright, so now we're in that thing. You guys, so now that we're here, we're going to see, hopefully you see this. If you don't, I can't really help you, but just look it up and you'll probably find out how to get it set up. So we see these Linux. I'm just going to boot into this first one here. Shouldn't really be a big deal. Here, Kali Linux loaded up. Now, you can't use a mouse because this is a text environment here, or a console environment. Just do the live, the first option there. And it's going to be a little bit. You may be overwhelmed by this if you have never used Kali Linux or any Linux at all. But don't worry. It'll look better later. So there, it's loaded up the graphics there, or the display. And let's wait for this to boot up. This is not a headless version of Linux, so of Kali or Linux. So it'll come up with this. This is your window. Got your stuff over here. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna click the Files app. Right there. Sorry, I would be recording this if I had a actual Kali Linux installed to my drive and if I could actually boot into it, but I don't, so I'm just live booting it right now. That's what this is called, live booting. So when you get into the file thing, oh yeah, there's my 6P. Anyway, go to other locations and you should see your other stuff here. 250 gig, that is my main Windows drive. So if I go here into my main Windows drive, you're going to see a bunch of settings here. So I'm so sorry for this if this is hard to follow, but what you're going to want to do is go into Windows. Then you're going to want to go down and find System32. Let me just do that here. Here we go, System32. This may take a little bit to load up. Now that you're in System32, we're going to press the search button, and we're going to look for magnify.exe. There you go. Make sure it's the right one. Right-click it, and rename it to magnify.exe. Well, first of all, before you rename it, Control-A on it, and Control-C so you copy that name exactly. Now, go to the end and type in .backup or whatever, .old. I always just do BKP, short for backup. And there. Well, I don't know why that closed, but I renamed it. Let's get back there really quickly. Where are you, System32? There you are. I'm going to research Magnify just to make sure it renamed. Yep, it renamed. So, as you see there, it's renamed .bkp. Now what you're going to want to search is search for the command prompt. So cmd, there you go, cmd.exe, exe, whatever you like to call it. Rename that, Control A, Control V. Sorry, I accidentally went over it, but I know what it's called, so it's magnify. Magnify dot exe. Rename it. There you go. And this is pretty simple. Let's just make sure we have both our magnifies there. Magnify.exe here. That's actually not magnified. This is actually the command console, and this is magnified, the original. Make sure you keep track of that. But now that we're done, we're gonna press X on here, and we're just gonna turn off this. So here, go to power, and power off. Now it should turn off. But now that we are done with this, I'm gonna go on my phone here. Or if you did not do the phone way, if you did it on the Windows way, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to show you. Just make sure you go here if you're on the phone, if you're doing it the phone way, and actually pull down your notification, sorry about not focusing, and click that, and it should unmount it. Press home, close, and unplug it. Good, we're good. Now you can turn on your system. Sorry about this not focusing correctly. And I'll show you what to do next. Now I don't know the commands by heart, but I will be looking them up and putting them into the description so you guys can go along with it. But yeah, we're just gonna let this boot up into Windows. We want the Windows logon screen to come on. I'm gonna go turn off the lights so you can see this better. Okay, we're here. To be fully honest with you guys, I've never done this on a Windows 10 system, but we're gonna try this. So what you want to go down to is this ease of access thing. Click that, and then click on magnifier. Now, what do you know? It didn't open up magnifier. It opened up a command prompt. Now that we're here, we can type in anything we want underneath a system account, sorta. So, I've only done this on a Windows 7 PC. I have not done it on a Windows 10, but it should be the same, essentially. I know they're phasing out the command prompt in later updates. I'm not sure when, not sure how long it's going to be. Hopefully not soon, because I like the command prompt, and you can customize it. You know, it's kind of nice. You can do it with PowerShell as well, but, you know, it's iffy. At least I haven't gotten too much into that. So I'm going to look in the actual commands here. So yeah, net user, if I'm right, yes, net space user, and I think this is where, yes, where you type in your actual account name. So I'm gonna name it mann. That's actually, what did I name it? There was a cool name I had for these guys. I forget. Well, no, I just named him mann. I named him M-A-N-N. Mann. That's what I named my administrator accounts when I was messing around doing this kind of stuff. So just do mann. It's just easy for now. Just for now. And then space / add. Now you press enter. Now it completed successfully. If it fails, I don't know how to help you. It should not fail. Now what we want to do is we want to create a thing called, we want to do the same thing. So press up, go to here, go over to where it says admin, and delete everything before man except for net. So once you're at net right there, you type in local group, local, one word. Sorry, I'm kind of reading as I do this. I just want to make sure I'm showing you guys the right way. I haven't done this in a while, but a friend needed my help, so I decided to help him here. Yes, local group administrators. Local group. And then AD, make sure you spell administrators right. believe that's how you spell it. And then you type in MANN. This is why I wanted to do a simple thing. But, I mean, it is in the console history right here, so, I mean, you can't really mistake your name, I guess. /add. Enter. And it should... Oh, it local... See, I must have spelled it wrong. AD mini. Oh, that's her. Okay, there you go. This is what you type in. There you go. Now, it should have worked. So, yeah, okay, so what we're going to do here, with the power, we're going to restart the computer. So that account has been made. So essentially it should work right there. Yeah. Press space, and now you have this other account right here, named mann. Click it, and voila, it's gonna give me the stupid introductory. I can't say that word, but it's gonna give you this stupid thing because it's Windows 10. But that's not the point. The point is I'm gonna delete this account after I'm done. But this is how you get in with an admin account. So that's how you create it. That's how you do it, and it should have admin permissions. It should. And pretty much you can create users, do whatever you want from here. That's pretty easy. It's simple. Just renaming two files. One thing I have to say though, when you're done doing this, always go back into the Linux environment. And once you're done with this and you got your user account or your admin account, sorry, go back into Linux and change the names of those two files you changed back to their original. So the .backup one, rename that magnify. Well, first of all, do the command one and change magnify to command.exe, and go back and change magnify.exe.back to magnify.exe, just so you don't, you don't mess up your computer like that and leave magnify like that. But yeah, that's how you do that, and it's pretty simple.